All right, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wahab, Kodash. I want to say and give double honors to the apostles and bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching us his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. Salutations to the elect. Lord willing, with some of those men and women that believe in here in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, patiently waiting for the day of our salvation, the day of our redemption. Yeah, my brother Gabar. Salaki. Hey, I'm my brother Gabar Yahawada from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another quick lesson. And this lesson was inspired by a video of Donald Trump speaking about how he don't care for the people. You know, and in reality, this man, he has the same mindset of the elite that put him in power, right? The elite, the banking families, they don't care about the average person, right? They see the average person as a useless eater, right? Particularly of their own nation, right? They don't even rate Jake, right? They see the people as something that doesn't concern them, right? And when this man came into power the first time, I believe what is it, 2017, like he was the president after Barack Obama. When he came into power, he wasn't as hard and wasn't as obstinate as he is today, right? I mean, he was proud. You've seen a lot of things that he was doing, giving a lot of people passes, pardons. You know, he didn't hit as hard. And then 19 happened, and in 2020. So the people started worrying about that. But the whole time this dude was dismantling, and all presidents do that. Each president dismantles more and more, or erodes more and more of Babylon every time they get into office. But now this cruel Lord that we have in front of us, right? He's showing his disdain for the average people. And a lot of those average people were the ones that supported him, his so-called MAGAs, right? Which now MAGA is not even a thing no more, right? All those people that were wearing the red hats, talking about make America great again, they're waking up to the real reality that, or the gruesome reality or the hard reality that America is not going to be made great again. And when America was made great, the average Edomite could, live in his country and especially above the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, right? So he had that white supremacy behind him. He had preferential treatment behind him. He had, authority. And now the working class Edomite, they don't have that no more. They're in debt. They're on drugs, right? They're broken, right? They can't even put food in their refrigerator like they once could. And this guy, he ran on a promise of basically of white supremacy for the people. But the whole time when he was running for office, he told these people to their face, he don't care about them, right? They taught America they tout America as a so-called Christian country. America is not a Christian country, unless you talk about plantation Christianity and white supremacy. But even in reality, it's not that. Your leaders, these elite politicians, these mid and low-level politicians, they're all Satanists. They all believe in Esau, Edom. Hey, shalom to the brother GMS down Australia. Yo, bro, if you available, I can shoot you the link and you can join in. If you got time, right? And we can eat together. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Esau, Edom, he set these people up in a slippery slope, right? It's not so much that these people voted him into office, because presidents are not elected; they're selected. But he had to galvanize the minds of the people, and he did that. He's a warlock. That's why Maria Abramovich, she said that Trump is a magician, right? She called Trump a magician. Just bear with me. Let me see if I can find it. Maria. This is kind of let me get my tripod and tune in for sure. I'm sorry. I'm trying to see what he said. Just bear with me. He said, Khan, let me get my tripod and tune in for sure. Khan, no doubt, bro. I'm gonna post the I'll send you the link on WhatsApp. Y'all just bear with me, brothers. I'm gonna send this brother the WhatsApp. LD Shard. Yeah, I got you, bro. I'm sending it to your phone right now. HTTPS. Yep. Y'all just bear with me, brother. We're gonna get into it. StreamYard. Just sending this brother the link. Fine, brother. I sent it to your phone. So again, there's a video of Maria Abramovich. She's a witch, right? Abramovich on Donald Trump, right? She's a high level witch, right? Witch on Donald Trump, right? She's nothing but a sorceress. Yeah, I think I just saw it. Matter of fact, I like the one where she was in a car, but I'll play this one right here. Y'all just bear with me. Right, this is Maria Abramovich right here on the right hand side of your screen, and she's a known witch and occultist, right? And Maria Abramovich says Donald Trump is the magician to wake up the world. What are you going to wake the world up to the new world order, right? To reality that the elites don't care about you, right?
In how, you know, how their life is conducted or what they're in support of.
You know, I just to share with you one really funny opinion. But there is in Lapland, there is a group of the shamans there who do something called collective dreaming. They will go together in seclusion and do the rituals with, eating very little food and being in a solitude for a long time. And they will go and dream the dreams. And the dream have to be collective, same dream. So coming out of this dream, this once of the shaman told me that actually the best thing happened in this planet right now is the Trump to be the president. I said, how is this possible? Is the best thing to happen? He said, yes, because he's so irrational, he's so crazy. That's actually create that awakening that we finally wake up. Because before it will be another guy and everything looks similar, but he's so different than anything else. So he's the magician who waking us up. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so he's a magician who wakes us up, and he's a warlock. Trump is a warlock. All presidents are warlocks, right? And for a long time, they had the people going back and forth between red and blue, Democrat and Republican, right? They had the people going back and forth playing these same games, but each time something else was being taken away from these people here in Babylon. But also too, a hypnotic trance was being put on the people. Like when Barack Obama got elected, that was a high level witchcraft and wizardry, and it had a lot of people in trance. And then a lot of Negroes in America thought, like that one black lady said, "Oh, I'll never have to pay my bills again," right? Because Barack Obama was president, and then she fell into debt. You know what I'm saying? Because what? It didn't happen. Your freedom didn't come. In fact, what he do? He put more hell on you so-called Negroes in America. He didn't care about you. And everybody kept asking, what you going to do for these people? What you going to do for black people? Nothing. Nobody's going to do anything for you Negroes here in Babylon the Great, because that's not their mindset. Their mindset is to do what the elites tell them to do, right? That's what they're set up to do. And they use magic, right? This is a precept from go now with thy astrologers, right? And prognosticators. Let's see if I can find it. This is the book of Isaiah. What's in Isaiah? Go now with thy. I thought it might be Isaiah 47. Spirit say Isaiah 47. Let me see. Isaiah 47. Right? Yeah. Yeah, to why did you hop out your outside? That was the spirit, bro, because I didn't know. So Isaiah 47 and 11, it says, I'll start at I'll start at 8. Isaiah 47:8. It says, the water, brother. It says, therefore hear now this, that thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly. And that's the average American in America, right? And starting with the banking elite, they living in pleasure and they dwelling carelessly because they got the people thinking that the Most High don't exist. They got the people thinking that that they're the power forever. And it says, therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwelleth carelessly, that saith in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. And that's what the banking elite believe. You heard Barbara Maxwell Hubbard, she said that they have the right to kill people, right? Barbara Max Hubbard, she said that that they are the pale horse, right? This devil. She said this, right? Barbara Max Hubbard says, this Barbara Max Hubbard said, this demon right here, she said 1/4 of humanity must be eliminated from the social body. We are in charge of God's selection process for planet Earth. He selects, we destroy. We are the riders of the pale horse, death. And that's what this devil said, right? And that's a person that believes that they're a power. Because what God are they talking about? They're not talking about Yahweh Shema Shah. They're talking about Esau Edom. Oh, wait, bro, he just popped in. He might pop back out, pop back in. It says, therefore, hear now this, thou that are given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that says in thine heart, I am, and none beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. And that's what Esau believes. That's Esau Edom talking about them banking elite families, right? They believe that they can continue to hide and behind these politicians and world leaders and business leaders, captains of industry, and that they're not going to be found out, but they are found out, right? And they believe that they're the Most High. They believe that they're a power. They got the people believing that the Heavenly Father don't exist or his only begotten Son don't exist, right? They have you believing that in God and Jesus Christ, right? They don't have you believing in Yahweh Shema Shah, but they know the Lord exists. But they have power in this world, so in this world they believe they can continue it on, and that they'll never suffer no losses. But all of that's about to come to them. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, and one day, because when America is destroyed, it's over. Let me bring the brother Elder Yashar in. Hey, Shalom Zakwan, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Kagadash Rakatah.
Hey, Shalom, Elder Yahweh Bashem, Bashem Kagadash Rakatah.
Hey, the water for joining, bro. The water for joining.
No worries. Yeah.
I was speaking. You want to make a point real quick before I go back to the precept?
There was one point I wanted to make. It was going back into the one lady here. You had mentioned that she said that she wanted to keep the the population of people down.
Yeah, Barbara Max Hubbard. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, because when you go back into, remember that the Georgia Guidestone rock that was taken down. Yeah, if you can go back to that one and do a research on it, you will see that Esau, he had his basically his New World Order, elimination written on it, and then in 2020, was that 2022, 21, when eventually that stone got taken out, and blamed. It was trying to say it was like vandalized or whatever, but we know it was these devils that took it out because they were getting they were being exposed, and that's when Great Millstone was on fire, man, exposing these devils about the C19, how this whole C19 it leads into elimination of our humanity, man.
It says right here on the Georgia Guidestones, it says maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature, right? And where does it say that? Where's that in the scripture that the Lord only wants 500 million people on the earth to balance out with nature? That's not in the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
It says guide production wisely, improving fitness and diversity, which the devil don't want to do that. He don't care about your fitness. He don't care about diversity. It says unite humanity with a living new language, right? They're not uniting humanity with anything. They don't care about that. Rule, passion, faith, tradition, and all things with temperate reason. Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Well, that's not going to happen here. The elite don't want to do that. In the new system, the new world order system, the digital slavery, they think they're going to have these things over the people, right? Avoid petty laws and useless officials, right? It says, let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court, because they want a world order. And in that world order, they can't control all these people, right? And then they're not necessary to the new system. That's why they put in all this AI technology on the forefront now, right? People are losing jobs left and right because they've been not outsourced, but there's another word for it. They've basically been damn, I had the word in my head, but there's a word for it when it made obsolete. The Wadi shot.
Yeah,
it's already like 8 billion people on the earth. I think it's like 8.3 billion people on the earth. So you trying to tell me that these people want to get rid of shit? 700? I mean, 7.2 billion people. They want to get rid of them. They just want to get rid of you. And how they going to do that? Through wars, through famines, plagues, right? Max needs, all of that shit, whatever the medicine, all of that is to destroy the people. And all the elite bankers, they believe this. So do their high-level politicians, their high-level businessmen, these people that they put on the forefront in front of you, these entertainers, like these high-level entertainers. They don't think about their people. You see the shit that they're doing to their own people. They can care less about the hurt and harm that they do while they enrich themselves.
that's right. Yeah.
Right. So because they're all lesser luminaries and illuminaries. Okay. So going back into Isaiah 47, it says, that was the only point you done at that point, bro?
And I had two presets, if you don't mind, Baba Kushan.
I don't mind, brother. Not at all, brother. Go ahead. Where you want me to go, bro?
St. John 10 and 10.
God, St. John chapter 10, verse 10. And it reads, the thief cometh not, but to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly.
That's right. So basically, Esau, we know Esau, that's the, the king of teeth. Okay. He's the, everything he has done when you go down into his history or his whole lineage, this devil has been known to do what? To go take land by force, steal resources, and do all that. And now we're in a time where this devil wants to do what? He wants to destroy you, okay, by taking you out through, like the elder mentioned, plagues, disease, okay, your food, your water, even this these niggas who are set up in the industry, the whole culture, the whole hip hop culture is projected to destroy one another. And who's behind that? Esau. Okay. So when this devil comes out talking about, he's trying to set up a new system where it's going to be peaceful, he's lying to you, because peace is not going to come until this devil gets taken out. And and peace is going to come through Yahushua and the rest of 144,000. That's where we're going to get peace.
Well,
But
it was
for
given.
now,
Salak.
what you said?
No, I was about to make a point. I ain't mean to cut your wisdom, Salak here, bro.
Yeah, so we're not gonna get that peace until Yahushua returns and takes down these the kings of the earth, which is Esau and the rest of these heathens, even into the of our people. They in the middle of our they in the middle of our better life.
Yep.
They gotta be taken out so the good can come.
Yeah. Well, it was like the scripture says in Revelation, it was given unto this man to take peace on the earth. So how could he bring peace to the earth if it was given to him to take it? Right? Like the scripture just said, the thief cometh not, but the what? To steal and to kill. That's what a thief does.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Esau is, starting with them banking elites. They're all thieves and they're all murderers.
That's right.
So that's their job. So when they push that, we want to make peace with the world and perpetuity with nature, perpetuation with nature, and you want to rule passions with faith and tradition. Faith in what? In what traditions? In all things.
Killing people.
right? And the word temperate goes back to being disciplined. So you have a disciplined reason. Esau don't have a disciplined reason. Talking about protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. None of these laws that are set down here are fair, especially for the children of Israel. But see, they talking about 500 million people. They don't expect us to even be on the earth. Right? They're trying to what they're trying to do is get the birthright back. So they want to rule with their people at the top. And I'm gonna get that in the video where Aaron Russo, he had brought it out. Right? In the new system, certain people going to have benefits that the average people won't have. A lot of these people that are part of the CFR, Council for Foreign Relations, he said that they believe that they're doing something right, but they agree with the devil is pushing, that whole socialist mindset, which Trump was just speaking against communism, and nobody's pushing communism. China maybe, Russia ain't pushing communism, America ain't pushing communism, right? But they use these terms, communism, socialism, but in reality, it's New World Order speech, right? Because it shows you right here, they talking about having a world court, but don't you already have a world court? And people don't even care. The dude Benjamin Netanyahu, he got all kinds of warrants out for his arrest at the world court, and they ain't doing shit about it. Nobody's bringing him in to the Hague for war crimes. You know what I'm saying? So these people avoid petty laws and use as officials. Well, wait a minute. What's a petty law? Right? A balanced personal rights with social duties. What does that mean? To balance personal rights with personal. First of all, you don't have no rights here. You got privileges. Everywhere you go, you have a privilege. Right? Prize, truth. Listen to this. Prize, truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. Whoa, who's the infinite? Right? Harmony and truth. He's not a man of truth. He's a man of lies. The thief cometh not, but to what? Steal, kill,
and destroy.
That's what he does. So him trying to, perpetrate righteous acts, that's him going against his own nature. You had the other precept you wanted to get, brother?
Yeah, it was St. John chapter 8 and verse 44.
St. John chapter 8, verse 44. And it reads, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, but he is a liar and the father of it. Right.
So, we know how Shah was talking to our people, the Sadducees and the wicked scribes, talking to the wicked subscribers, but this precept right here, Yahushua basically called our people Esau. They were having like Esau himself, and this right here, this right here is the description of how Esau is. So Esau is known as what? He was a murderer from the beginning, which that's that's Cain. There was no truth in him. Okay, and whenever he spoke, it was nothing but a lie. And right now, when you listen to Esau speak, what do you hear? Nothing but fucking lies, man. Okay, everything that Esau speaks of is what is against life. Yeah. Okay. This whole the CO3, the climate change. These idiots really think that's really to bring our Earth back to its normal, to bring the Earth back to normal. But no, when you do your research into it, okay, you use science. What he's trying to do is going to destroy the Earth. This devil's a fucking liar, man. All right.
Yeah.
And then him, pushing pseudoscience onto people. Basically, he's going to destroy the Earth and destroy every moving, living creature if the time wasn't cut short. So he's a liar, man. He's a murderer. Okay. Yeah. Through his fair speech is how this devil kills people, man. All right. But like I said, this precept, it was being applied to our people, and you have niggas of our own kind behaving like fucking Esau, man. I'm not gonna mention names, but you brothers already know who these niggas are. Straight know the truth, straight know everything about the Bible, but they'll go behind the Bible and fucking lie about it, man, just to make money.
Well, yeah, the scripture says, "Among my people are found wicked men," right? So Jacob, you can't put nothing past these niggas. Right, these niggas they claim to be spiritual, but they're not. They're carnal minded.
That's
So they do the things that Esau does, right? They act like an Edomite. They act worse than an Edomite in some cases.
Yeah.
You know? But you know, again, there's no truth. There's no truth in Esau. Neither is there truth in those that act like Esau or follow after his ways. That was all you had, brother?
Yeah, that was it. Okay. Yep.
So back in Isaiah chapter 47, it says, again, verse 8, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwelleth carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, and one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. And we just showed a video of Maria Abramovich, who's a witch, right? Speaking about Donald Trump, who's a warlock. She called him a magician, right? What does a magician do, right? A magician is an entertainer who performs illusions. Well, Trump is an entertainer. He is an entertainer, and he performs illusions, tricks like sleight of hand to create the appearance of the impossible. The term also refers to a fictional mythological sorcerer, such as a wizard. Well, these are not fictional or mythological. You have wizards here, or a mage, right, who possess supernatural powers. Additionally, it describes someone with extraordinary, seemingly miraculous skills in a particular field. Well, he has miraculous skills in politics. A stage entertainer, right? A fantasy architect. A fantasy archetype, right? A metaphorical expert. Outside of performance and fantasy, the term is used informally to praise someone who demonstrates exceptional, almost unbelievable skill in their profession. For example, a highly creative chef or a brilliant financial analyst might be referred to as a magician in the kitchen or a magician with numbers, right? So that's what this guy is. He's a magician. And she said that he's waking people up to what? These people are asleep, but he's waking people up to the new world order. Again, now he came back into power. Now he's way worse than he was before, right? But this is that witchcraft, right? Going back into the precept, it says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, and one day the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. And starting with the bacon elite, all the way down to your high-level politicians around the world, they do this. They think the same way. They're all one mind. Like a hive mind, they're all of one mind on a wicked side. And they got the vast majority of the people in a trick bag, right? None of them care about the average people. None of them care about your needs, your wants. In fact, like I just said in the title of this lesson, it says, Nero is being used to dismantle America, Babylon from within. And he is. He's bringing America to a regional power, not a world power anymore, right? He's making America, he's set up to bring down the financial system, because they want to change that. He's going to change, his policies are going to change the way you average Americans live. They already have. One of the bros that posted this up, Strong G 5503, the word widow, chera in the Greek, through the idea of deficiency metaphor, a city stripped of its inhabitants and riches is represented under the figure of a widow. Well, that's what's happened to America. America is being stripped of its what? Of its inhabitants and its wealth, its riches.
That's right.
That's what's happening. And this guy, matter of fact, since the brother brought that up, let me bring the video up, right? Make sure I'm done with this. This is the video that inspired this lesson.
Country. How do we come back together?
I'll tell you something that's going to get me in trouble, but I couldn't care less.
I don't think about
America's financial situation. I don't think about any.
How do we fix this country? How do we come back together?
I'll tell you something that's going to get me in trouble, but I couldn't care less.
I don't think about America's financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I don't care about you. I just want your vote.
I don't care about the Democrats. The Democrats hate our country.
Are you concerned, Mr. President, about the latest inflation number which came out this morning? Could that be a
No, I love it. The numbers were great. You know what I really love? I love the inflation.
I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care. America's financial situation. I don't think about anybody.
I don't want to drive housing prices down. I want to drive housing prices up.
How do we fix this country? How do we come back together?
I'll tell you something.
And he came on a promise of making America great again. The Edomites thought they was going to get these industrial jobs back. You ain't getting no industrial jobs back. You're getting fired. These Edomites thought that they were going to make America great again through economics and preferential treatment and the good old days, right? They pushed that Christian shit to the people like that's what they believe. This dude said it out of his own mouth. He's not a Christian. He said, I'm not a Christian, but I like him. He told you what? He don't care about you. He just wants your votes. That's all he wants. He wants you. He wants your confidence. He's a con man, right? That's what he wants. And now he's showing his true colors. And that's why America is slowly falling, as well as it's not slowly falling because it's been falling, but it's circling the drain at this point. You know, if you put something in a sink and then it's clogged up, and then once you unclog it and you get to the last bit of water that's in the sink, that filthy water that's in the sink, that stagnant water that's in the sink, well, that's where we at in America. America's greatness is all of that, and as well as this country. Right? And all these, like I said earlier, all these presidents, they did dismantlement, different types of dismantling to America's fabric, to Babylon's fabric, because they work in tandem with the super elite. They don't think about the average people. They could care less. This is from Carol Quigley, right? Carol Quigley, he was a historian, Apostle Gabar. He brings this man out he wrote the book Tragedy and Hope, and it's an exhausting book about the secrecy of the Illuminati, the banking family, and he was a proponent of the Illuminati. He says this persistence as private firms continue because it ensured the maximum of anonymity and secrecy to persons of tremendous public power who dreaded public knowledge of their activities as an evil almost as an evil almost as great as inflation. While Carol Quigley agreed with some of their initial goals for global peace, he espoused how this secretive network of international bankers exerted immense influence over world politics, right? And we're talking about a politician right now, Nero, Trump, and economics behind closed doors. You can read more about his historical analysis, and he agreed with it. He agreed that the people should be ruled over by a minority of people, chiefly the bankers. He agreed with that. Just like Trump does. They don't care about you, right? This is Isaiah 19 and Isaiah 29 and 15. Woe to them that seek deep to hide their counsel. That's what the banking elites are doing. That's why they have these different groups: the Trilateral Commission, the CFR, the Bilderbergs, the WEF, or the World Economic Fund, right? I think that's what it's called, right? And other groups, other clandestine groups. And these are people that work for them, even actors, entertainers, athletes, these people that influence the people, politicians, right? These people that influence the people, they believe the same thing that the elite believe, right? It says, so the scripture says, woe to you that seek deep to hide their counsel. See, in the kingdom of heaven, we ain't gonna be hiding behind no politicians and these puppet leaders that we want these set up when they get their countries back after slavery. No, we're gonna be right in the open because we're righteous people. We're a truthful people. We're people of truth and honesty. So you're gonna see us. Unlike Esau, Edom, he has to hide because one, he's a man, he's mortal. He ain't got no real power except what the Lord give him, and it ain't even that much. And it's on the left-hand side. So it's weaker than the right power. You know what I mean? So it says, for Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, and And I'm reading again, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, and their works are as a dark. And they say, who seeth us, who knoweth us, right? And that's what their mindset is. Who see us, who see what we doing. Yeah, they talk about the bakers and all this other stuff, but you don't know who the bakers are. You just know the name. They could just walk by you on the street, which they don't, but they could, and you would never know. They're unassuming, but they're there. You had something, Zaquan?
No, I was gonna to pick up real quick. Was this the book of Sirach 23 verse 19? It says,
Hold on, let me bring it up.
Oh, yeah, get it first. It's like you.
Sorry. Sirach chapter 23 verse 19. You got it, brother.
This is such a man only feareth the eyes of man, and knoweth not the eyes of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahshua are 10 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of man and considering the most secret parts. So Eastern again, he's being checkmated. Okay, these top bankers, elite, and the top puppets as well. They try to do things, secretly hiding them, but they don't know that the angels of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua are always watching, reporting these things, and also revealing those things unto us. Because there's certain things that we, that pastors came out and spoke on, a long time ago, to where, like, if you go back, you listen to those videos, you wouldn't believe it unless you start tapping into the scriptures. You start tapping into who Easter really is, and you're like, oh damn, this is really makes sense. That these devils really do this. They really do what they do. Who do you think really exposed these devils? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua using his angels, man, to really tap into their secret meetings and all that. Because saying like and the way it works is like, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua could send one of these like Alex Jones or all these niggas that really be under Esau, like the dude you mentioned his name before. He interviewed one of them. Which name?
Was it Aaron Russo?
Yeah, him. Man, come on, man. That's how Hashem Yahushua used that devil to really sit down and get information that we needed to use in our time,
Which he might be a Jake, the apostle, but he was honest. He was very honest.
Yeah. So again, like there's nothing you can hide from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. No matter how much you dig under the earth, you're trying to hide that shit. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua will bring that shit out and show it.
Yeah.
So by Esau, again, like we mentioned before, Esau is he really thinks the Most High can't say what he does, as the elder read it before in the book of Isaiah 29. But hey, the scripture says he sees all things, man. He's the one who created all things. He's the one controlling you. So how the fuck you think if somebody's controlling you to do to do his will? How the fuck you think he can't see what you're doing, man?
God.
But that's the power of these these Edomites, man.
Yeah. Well, that's the banking elite, right? The fool, they're the fool that say that there is no God, but they know it's power, right? But see, in the minds of the people, they have the people believing that. Look, they've been in power all this time, and they ask the question, well, where is God? Where is he at? He ain't showing up. So this is felt. But then they see the prophets now. They see the prophets, the apostles, the bishops, elders, the brothers on down, the true brothers of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the true men of the Lord of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, preaching, and they're not getting scared. That's why that's why they're in these bunkers, but they still got policy going on as usual. They're hiding, but they're giving you these people on the forefront and showing you that Trump ain't nothing but a manager at McDonald's, a night shift manager at McDonald's. Right? That nigga, he don't know what's going on for real in corporate. He don't know about prophecy. He don't know about the true deep understanding. He don't, I don't know if he know he's an Edomite or not, but he definitely is. Nero, that's what Nero does. Nero is an Edomite. He don't care about the people. Now, he don't care about nobody but himself. He's just a greedy, failed businessman. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And the Rothschilds had him in his pocket for years. One of the bankers, I believe one of his lawyers was Donald Trump's bankruptcy lawyers. He was a lawyer for the Rothschilds. Was a Rothschild. Let me see. 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 Was a Roths Rothschild, a banker, lawyer, friends with Trump during bankruptcy.
While you do that, okay, can I get one more piece real quick?
Yeah, you got it, brother.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 50. That's like, hold up. Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 21.
Proverbs 5 and 20.
Yeah, it says, but the ways of man are before the eyes of Yahweh Hashem. I'm trying to see that.
Oh, Salakia, I'm sorry. You said Proverbs 5 and 21?
21, yeah.
It says for man, it says for the ways of man are before. Okay, you can read it, brother. You got it.
Yeah, it's just it's for the words of man are before the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. And we know the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua are the angels. And I was trying to find that precept. I think it's the book of either the book of Second Chronicles or First Chronicles, where it says the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua go throughout through the whole earth. You know, referring to angels.
Mm-hmm.
So it says the words of men are before the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, and he pondereth all his goings. You know, and when you look up the word pondereth, I think it goes into like control, balance. You know, basically like having control over you. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it goes into.
Yeah, the Hebrew word there for pondereth is palas, which is to weigh in, to make a balance, to weigh out, to make level or smooth, to ponder, to weigh, to make. It says primitive root, to roll flat, i.e. prepare, also to revolve or weigh mentally, make, ponder, weigh.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, and then last one, if you can please go to Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 3.
Proverbs chapter 15, verse 3. You got it, brother.
Yeah, it says, the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. You see that?
Yeah. So nothing that this man can't hide. He can't hide the evil that he's doing.
Mm-mm.
He can't hide it at all. Right? He may hide it from the average person, but to Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, it's ever present. It's ever present, man.
That's right.
I had just, speaking of these different secret societies, I just wanted to bring out what Aaron Russo, where Aaron Russo was speaking about the RFID microchip, and this is what he said about, you know, Nick Rockefeller, where they claim don't exist or didn't exist. This is what he said.
It's more subtle than that.
Well, in your words, just go through the process, and then what he said.
Well, what it is remember we were friends, and we used to go to my house a lot. We'd have dinner, we'd talk, and he'd tell me about business investments, how you get involved in, you know, or they would help me with this business investment or that business investment. And was I interested in joining the Council on Foreign Relations? You know, I would have to get a letter to join them, but was I interested in that?
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like these people in this world that are high up or in these organizations, they're insiders. So they give you the proper things to invest to get money, because that's what most people want: money and power and fame and inclusion, right? So they give them these investments, they hook them up, basically. And he was gonna put them on to the foreign relations.
Then, you know, or they would help me with this business investment or that business investment. And was I interested in joining the Council on Foreign Relations? You know, I would have to get a letter to join them, but was I interested in that? And, you know, just stuff, you know, leading you on. And I used to say to him that I never really did that because that wasn't where I was coming from. You know, as much as I like you, Nick, you know, your ways and my ways, we're on the opposite side of the fence. You know, I don't believe in enslaving people, you know, and
he would come back with, "Oh, I do." Or,
well, it'd be more like, you know,
it's better for them.
It's more like, you know, how do I put it? It was like, what do you care about them? What do you care about those people? What difference does it make to you? Take care of your own life. Do the best you can for you and your family.
Yeah, you see, and that's how they believe. These people are individualists, right? They don't care about, and that's all these politicians, that's all these leaders, that's all these captains of industry. They don't care about the people. They don't care that these people are going into slavery. See, a lot of these people are asleep, and a lot of the average people, and especially in Babylon, America, they're asleep. So they think that things are going to get better for them. Some think that it's going to go back to the old days, because a lot of the history you've been told in America has been romanticized and whitewashed and lied about. They don't tell you how hard shit really was, how bad shit really was, how corrupt things really are and were. They don't tell you that. They have you thinking that it was a time in this country where the average white person was living abundantly, right? And they could just look down on the so-called Negro in America and so-called Native American. And then when the Native Americans came, they could just look down on them and they would just live in a high life. But that wasn't the case. It wasn't the case at all. America's political system was corrupt from day one, right? These presidents, these senators, these lawyers, they were all proxies for the elite bankers, right?
Yeah.
They weren't about inclusion. They were all about individuality. They were about themselves. He said, "What do you care about these people for?" So when they asked Trump about the average American's money situation, economic situation, what did he say? "I don't care about that. I don't think about that. I think about Iran." Right? That's all I think about. Is Iran. And I don't care about houses. He said that we shouldn't be giving houses to people who haven't worked hard enough for them. Right? In the new system, the only way you'll be able to get a house is if you work hard for it, in the sense that you bow down enough to the devil, Esau, Edom, and you may get something like that. Right? Because in the new system, supposedly you'll have nothing and you're going to be happy. Mm-hmm. So they're taking something away from they're taking things away from everybody. See, I always say that the so-called Negro here in America, the so-called Latino Native American here in America, we were the beta test for all of this. Right? We've been living on the fringes of society since we got here, and since we were overtaken and overrun by the enemy, the Edomites. Right? We've been marginalized. We've been living in underserved communities, all of that shit forever. But now they want the whole world to live like that. Right? So that's why they crush the middle class. They don't want you to have a smoke screen of wealth and inclusion, because that's all these people really want. They want to go back to the days of middle class America, which is really the height of that was in the 1950s, which they call the golden decade of America. That was when America was on top, right after the World War II. And then the average Edomite could take his kid on a vacation, his family on a vacation, can operate a car, can support a whole family of four with one job. His wife had the luxury of staying home and cooking and cleaning. Again, all that shit was romanticized, right? They show you different shows like back in the day, Father Knows Best, Leave It to Beaver, right? These different shows that had the people thinking that, oh, this is what the 1950s was like for every so-called white person. They had a show called Happy Days. Well, America has no more happy days. Those days are over, right?
It's done with.
Yeah, that shit is done with, man. Sunday, Monday, happy days. Friday, Saturday, happy days. Let me see if it's a Happy Days theme song. Theme song lyrics. I remember this shit when it came out. Yeah, Happy Day, Jim. Yeah, Happy Days. Sunday, Mondays, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Fridays, happy days. It says, the weekend comes, my cycle hums, ready to race to you. These days are all happy days. Oh, we got the brother from Melbourne. He just popped in. Hold on. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom, y'all. Good to see you, brothers.
Good to see you too. Good to see you too.
Okay, I think I'm okay. I'm just checking my sound. Can you brothers hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, come.
Yeah, I just wanted to grab my garment. So yeah, like those happy days, they're gone. You know what I'm saying? And this is when you watch Happy Days. If I don't know, y'all brothers kind of young, so Happy Days was off when y'all came up. You know what I'm saying? But it was a show with this guy Ron Howard. He's a director now, right? And it was a nostalgia show about the 1950s. It says share them. It says happy. Listen to this. These days are all happy and free. These days are all share them with me. Goodbye, gray skies. Hello, blue. There's nothing can hold me when I hold you. Feels so right. It can't be wrong. Rocking and rolling all week long. Sunday, Monday, happy days. Right. So yeah, these happy days are over. Right. There's a scripture that's about the mirth is gone.
Yeah.
Ain't no more mirth here. People don't even want to drink liquor no more. Right? Niggas stop being. Everybody's on meth and fetty. You know what I'm saying?
Pain drugs.
All kinds of drugs, popping pills. Them niggas don't want to drink alcohol no more. That shit is bitter to these people. Right? Shit is bitter to these people, man. What was the premise? What was the premise of Happy Days? Right? Happy Days. Happy Days, a classic 1970s sitcom. Happy Days is set in Milwaukee, Wisconsin during the 1950s and 60s. The plot follows the daily lives of coming-of-age adventurers of teenage Richie Cunningham, his wholesome suburban family, and his friendship with the effortless, cool local greaser and mechanic Arthur the Fonzarelli. Now, see, this was their height of their society, right? Was the 1950s. In the 1960s, and then they started going down in the late 1960s, pretty much 1969. You got a point you want to make, Quan?
Yeah, because right up until that time when they did the going to the Apollo mission, all right, that's when it all came crashing down. As you pointed out, right up in the 60s. And then when you understand prophecy, that's during the time, the 3.5 days, which would be 350 years, because one day to us is one day to the Heavenly Father, Salakia, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, is as 1,000 years to us. And that was right around the time where you have Abba Bivens, who was a part of the commandment keepers and broke away. The Lord put the spirit on him, okay, to do what he did, all right, paving the way, all right. And now you have the renowned men, beginning with the elder apostles on down, you know. And so this is why prophecy is so prevalent. This is why started with Elder Apostle Tahar always says, you see, you Christians, when it comes to the scriptures, you don't understand, okay, what the fuck is going on. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
Okay. You have no idea what's going on. This is why the apostles always tell Akim, when you deal with a Christian, take their ass into deep waters when it comes to biblical prophecy, because they don't understand prophecy. You got it.
Con, you had something, Yashar?
No, I'm good out here.
Con, so let's go back to Alex Jones real quick, man.
What do the rest of the people mean to you? They don't mean anything to you. Well, it's more like, how do I put it? It was like, what do you care about them? What do you care about those people? What difference does it make to you? Take care of your own life. Do the best you can for you and your family. What do the rest of the people mean to you? They don't mean anything to you. They're just serfs. They're just people.
And that's how the elite look at you. You're just a serf. We don't care about you. You're just people. Just people, cattle, right? They don't care about if you live, if you die, right? There's going to come a point in this country and around the world where nations are going to realize that their leaders never had their best interests, and that they're also dismantling their societies right in front of them. You had the Argentinian Edomite small hat president that just came to Israel and cry at the wall and shit. They treated that nigga like a rock star. You know why? Because he's doing the bidding of the elite banking families. They want you to focus on the non-important characters, right? The average small hat, right? Somebody, because when you see them, they want you to bring violence to them or whatever, and then they want you to worry about the average Negro, right? They want you to worry about people that really the average Edomite in America, right? They want them class riots to start. They want the race riots to start. They killing you niggas like hotcakes again, right? So it's like, and they're getting off. So they want to hope to start some conflict while the whole time we fighting each other. Esau, Edom, they rolling out the front and the back with the goods, and they got the system set up for you. Right? They're gonna bring a draconian law enforcement. I'm talking. They're bringing the robots out. I saw a video yesterday. They had the dog robots and shit. This nigga had a cannon on it, a cannon on the top of that motherfucker for a head. You know what I mean? And with the range to shoot and shit. This gonna be an everyday occurrence in any ghetto USA. It's gonna be an everyday occurrence in any suburban USA. It's gonna be an everyday occurrence anywhere where people are at and authority needs to be laid down. On top of the fact they're getting ready to murder a lot of people, man. Like we brought up Barbara Max Hubbard. Y'all people forgot about Alligator Alcatraz. People forgot about that.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Shark Alley. He said, yeah, we should build a prison with sharks around it and put sharks there. Like what, nigga? Yeah, that's what they're talking about. And they didn't tell you about the ICE building. Nope, that's just disappeared from the public eye. It's still there. ICE bought all kinds of warehouses and shit. For what? Why would they buy a warehouse? Put your ass in it. Right? Concentration camps. This is a part of their system. They're trying to drain, or Trump said he want to drain the swamp. He wasn't talking about politicians, man. He's talking about you. Right? You MAGA people, you're stupid. He said, I love stupid people. I think that's what something said, let me see. Trump said, I love stupid people. He said, Trump loves stupid people. He said it. He said he loves stupid people. Why? Because they're easy to control, man.
Zombies.
Yeah, I love poorly educated people. That's what he said.
We won the evangelicals. We won with young.
He said we won the evangelicals, them Edomites that believe the Heavenly Father is a white man, his only begotten Son is a white man. Right? Those people, those Jesus freaks, right?
We won with old. We won with highly educated. We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. We're the smartest people. We're the most loyal people. And you know what I really am happy about? Because I've been saying it for a long time. 46% with the Hispanics. 46%. No.
They telling you to your face. He calling you stupid, poorly educated. You can put Jake in there because he's talking about you. But he also talking about them trailer park trash, them missing teeth Edomites, them Edomites in the Appalachians, the Edomites in Middle America. He's talking about you. The highly educated, the poorly, and I love the poorly educated. Why? Because when you're poorly educated, you don't know what the fuck's going on. I can tell you you're stupid to your face, and you wouldn't even care. You wouldn't even know. Right? This dude said, a lot of these evangelicals think Trump's a Christian. Trump said he ain't no Christian. I know Christian. Trump says he's no Christian. Right? Right here. He says, I'm not a Christian.
Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out.
He's not Christian, but yet he got so-called Christian evangelicals praying for this nigga. He got an office dedicated to this nigga. They holding church in the White House, right? This nigga talk about God and Jesus like it's going out of style. But he just told you to your face, this is the forked tongue that this devil speaks with, man. Hey, can one of you brothers get that precept where it says the words of his mouth are smoother than butter? But yeah, where they drawing swords, man. You can share it on your screen, brother, if you want to. You know what I mean?
Because that's and it's crazy that you say that. Just to touch back on the whole concentration camps, because I did a video a few days ago where it's been completely leaked that what's that dude's name? Jared Kushner.
Yeah.
Pretty much it's been linked that Izzy land, I'm gonna just say that. You should know what I mean when I say that. They are now turning the Gaza Strip into a complete 15-minute city where they're gonna have total surveillance and biometric hacking. And then I aligned that with when the apostles brought out many years ago that Rex 84 documentation, where it talks about, bringing in, setting up stages, FEMA zones and stuff like that. So this is happening. It's happening, and as the beloved Elder Yashawamba always says, we cannot be offended at prophecy. Okay. These things must come to pass in order for us to get the hell up out of here.
Yeah.
You got it.
You get that piece?
Yeah, I got that precept. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but woe was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they are drawn swords. And I'm going to read this in NLT. It says, his words are smooth as butter, but in his heart is woe. His words are soothing as lotion, but underneath are daggers.
Yeah, straight up. So he had you thinking that, oh, he's for you, but the whole time he's against you. He wants to kill you. Mm-hmm. Those words that he's using, he telling you straight to your face, like, hey, I love you guys, you my people. And he told them, you won't have to vote again after this. 4 more years, that's it. It's the last time you'll have to vote. Why? Why is it going to be the last time? Nobody asked that question. What did you mean by this is the last time we have to vote? Because it ain't going to be no more president, right? It's going to be a one world government, a ruler, right? A one ruling government, a world government, right? He's just going to be the manager of a regional Walmart, which is that's what America's going to be. Right now, America is the world's Walmart, right? It's like it's going to be done from a Walmart. It's going to be turned to Kmart. That's what they hope. That's what they want. They want it to be a Kmart where it still exists, but it ain't as good as it used to be. That's not going to happen. America's going to be destroyed by nuclear fire, right? America's going out in this war. This is it for Esau. That's something that he ain't telling you either, because see, he's protected. They put the nigga in Air Force One when a war break out. He's somewhere in Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount Chiliad, somewhere like that. Mount Chiliad chilling, while you sitting on a fucking porch crying and screaming about you ain't got no food. Where's Trump? Where is he at? Why is he not helping us? Then he tell you, hey, if you want to get some food, come get these Trump boxes. People forgot about the Trump food box. You forgot about this. This is still a thing. Trump food box.
Can I get a precept for you, Akio?
Yeah, real quick. Hold on, let me show this right here. Trump welfare food box. Check this out.
Damn.
Okay, y'all. I got a box today that came today. This is some of the. This is the food that Trump is gonna deliver to us, y'all. Look at this here. Okay. This is the food box and it's gonna come in this big styrofoam box, y'all. Look at this shit. Trump is not lying. He ain't playing. But look at this shit here, y'all. Look at the food, though. I want to say, Trump, fuck you, and I'm not eating your food. Look at this mess. Look at that.
Probably all lab-grown meat, too.
What's that, brother?
I said it's probably all lab-grown meat, too.
Yeah, you already know. It ain't nothing organic in there.
Yep.
20 of these here came in a box. This supposed to be chicken and cheese corn. This is the damn, look at that. So we supposed to eat this, y'all. Y'all see this shit?
You gave a nigga a ham. What's that, ham on the side?
Look at this. Ham. Check this out, y'all. Look at our biscuit. Look at our biscuit. We got gave us damn.
Hey, you'll choke you niggas to death. You would swallow that shit and die. But the only way you're gonna get that box is if you get that chip.
Fucking what's that supposed to be? Barbecue, pork, rib.
Barbecue pork ribs. Come on, bro. Yeah, you niggas going out there. Sinning. They're gonna have you going out sinning, man. This man's the devil, bro. Satan.
And these is the biscuits. Hey, y'all, check the biscuits out. Look at the biscuits. See the biscuits?
Complaining about the biscuits. Nigga, you complaining about all that shit. What the fuck you worried about the biscuits for? The food is terrible, nigga. Look at this shit.
Yep.
She messed up about them fake ass ribs, them fake ribs with the carrots and shit. Niggas gonna start getting at them home style meals. That's what you're gonna get. And you gonna have to
look at this shit.
Look at that shit.
Look at that shit.
Look at that shit.
Look at that.
There ain't nothing natural about that bread, bro. Nothing.
So this is what he gonna replace our food stamps with.
That's what he gonna replace your food stamps with. Y'all forgot about that.
That's true. That's basically Ezekiel chapter 4. Ezekiel chapter 4 food ration right there, man.
Yeah. That's a ration because that's all you're gonna get. You ain't gonna get no extras. They ain't gonna let you find out where the bulk of the stuff is at in the back. None of that. You gonna get to that line. I always like to reference that the Django scene when he was in the bar. He said, now when you get there, you're gonna go down there to the fucking to the whatever stadium that you're at. You're gonna go to the stadium, you're gonna go to whatever big area that they corralling the people in, and you're gonna go down there with your kids, right? And then, like Steven said, and when you get there, they're gonna take away your name, give you a number until you get the whip. And that's what they're gonna tell you. They're gonna take away your name, they're gonna give you a chip with a number on it, and say, get the work. Yeah, one word of sass, they cut out your tongue. Well, one word of sass, you ain't getting no food. One word of sass, you going to prison. You know what I'm saying? You do. You know what I'm saying? One word. We had a precept, bro. I ain't want to step on your precept.
I had going back to the book of it was a precept to go with the Psalms 55. You know what I'm stressed. So this is the book of Sirach. Sirach chapter 10. No, it's like Sirach chapter 12 and verse 16. If you got it.
12 and 16.
Yeah.
I got you, brother.
Yeah,
You got it, bro.
It says, an enemy speaketh surely with his lips. And so when you listen to Trump, fooling our people, he's speaking some smooth words unto you. You think he's for you. You think he's really gonna make America great again, and niggas gonna win it within our whole motto of making America great again. But nah, it's set up for Jake to fail. Even these Edomites too, they're gonna fail in our system, man. It says, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw it into a pit, and that pit you're gonna be thrown into is basically you, all right, being trained, okay, with this rational food, all right. You've been trained to it. Okay, your income is there's no more money coming in. Okay, shit's been put to stop. Okay, because of a big FF, happens, and then your diamonds is gonna line up. I don't know how many times a week to get your meal. They might give you 2 meals to last for you a week. Breakfast and dinner. But that's at first Jack is gonna complain about it, but then you're gonna be left with nothing. So you're gonna be forced to eat that shit, and then you're gonna start begging for it. We want more. We want more.
Yeah.
And that's how it's gonna be.
Well, that's what happened at Katrina. Niggas was like, where FEMA at? FEMA wasn't really helping nobody, but niggas was like, where BEMA at? Where BEMA at? Niggas wanted BEMA.
You trusting in the shadow of Egypt.
Yeah.
All right? It's going to be to your demise. And see, we're in a time now. One of the Akim from Men in Valor, they did a lesson today. Going into that, you're going to have to step out on some unbelievable faith in these times because everything is about to be stripped away from you.
Yeah, that's a beautiful lesson, man.
Yeah, and if you're not well equipped with the idea of trusting in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, there's no way out of this. All right. The scriptures tells you plainly, Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times.
Beautiful.
If you're out here in a situation where if you're not paying attention to the signs of the times or everything that's going on, right? And as soon as shit hits the fan, when Yahweh Shah comes back as a thief in the night, you're going to be asked out there. And you're going to be searching for the prophets.
Yeah.
Because that famine of the word is coming. You see what's going on in Canada? That article just came out. Now they want to hit brothers with misinformation so they can put you in jail. That falls right under preaching.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's coming.
Yeah, well, right now, Elder Apostle Gabar did a lesson yesterday, did a live lesson, and they got him with harassment. He wasn't even harassing nobody in the video. But he was talking about Rothschilds, man. They gave him a strike. Then they used AI. They put AI to dupe the video that he had.
Yes,
he did a video. So they're replacing a lot of speech. They replaced Yahweh with Elohim and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? This is what they do. This is how the devil works, right? Real quick, the brother Kazak Bun Yahweh posted up precept, Proverbs 26 and 24. He that hateth disassembleth with his lips and layeth up deceit within him. Verse 25. When he speaketh fair, believe him not. For there are 7 abominations in his heart, which is a complete number of abominations in this man's heart.
That's Esau.
That's Esau. That's Esau Edom. Starting with them elite banking families, man. Like the Apostle Gabar teaches us, man. Look, man, when we talk about the Edomites, we ain't focusing on Joe Sixpack. You know, the Edomite take the 15 lunch at break, you talk shit, call you a nigga here and there. Nah, man, fuck him. It's them elite banking families, man. See, them elite banking. I'm sloppy, bro. You got it.
I was gonna say those are nobodies.
Yeah, those are nobodies. Like they're like cannon fodder. Who cares about them? But you got the elite bankers. They're not gonna be eating no Trump box. Can you imagine the Rothschilds defrosting that shit, putting it in the microwave, trying to heat that shit up and eat it? Nah, you crazy. Trump ain't gonna be eating that shit. He gonna be eating a 6-course meal. You know what I mean? With natural raised meat. Because no seasoning, huh? What's it? Blue blood and shit. He gonna eat it like that with a side of baby butt. You know what I'm saying? Esau Edom. That's how they get down. Says yeah. So you got something else, Zaquan?
Oh yeah. Let me finish up right here. It says but in his heart he imagineth how to throw it into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet he shall undermine thee.
Yeah. So even his help, the help that he claims he's gonna give you, he's really undermining you. You're gonna go down there, you're gonna think that, oh, we're gonna get some food. They told us to go down here, and everybody gonna rush down there. They're gonna tell you to get that shit. People gonna be so hungry, so starved. Yeah, oh, just give it to me. I need to eat. I got kids to feed. Because that's what people always throw your kids up in there, but Esau don't care about your kids.
Because he's predicated up. See, Esau is carnal, he's not spiritual. So that's why the scriptures tells you in Revelation 3 and 10, for those who have kept my patience, kept my word, I will keep thee from the hour of temptation that shall come upon all the world. And when you go into that word world in the Greek is oikimene, which means every single living inhabitant here on the planet Earth. So that hour of temptation, going back to what Zaquan said, that goes into the microchip. Why? Because it tells you in Ecclesiasticus, the 39th chapter, I believe, that for every man's what's useful for every man's life in terms of resources, whether that be the blood of the grape, bread, raiment, all of that is good for the godly, but it's turned evil in the hands of the sinner. And what is Esau going to do? Like Zaquan brings out it. You did a lesson about a week or so ago when you was going into the tokenization of water, just to give you an example. Okay, so if they're doing that, you have tokenization of water. They're already telling you the meats is going straight into the lab, 3D.
Yeah,
we're going 3D on you, right? So they're getting control of all of these things. So all of the resources, your Chick-fil-A, your McDonald's, your Mickey D, all of that shit. Hey, it's a wrap. It's done.
Yeah, well, that all of that shit's been modified, but I just saw something recently where they dumped a whole bunch of chickens, like raw chickens and living ones. They just dumped them in a fucking thing, and it was stinking. They just got rid of it. Just got rid of the food, man. But you got Elder Yashar.
Yeah, and then from there, yeah, that was it on the Sirach chapter 12.
So real quick, I want to go back to this Alex Jones interview where he was interviewing Aaron Russo, because Aaron Russo said a lot of things that to give you the mindset of these people from the elite banker families to these politicians, right? Let's go ahead and
the lack of caring, you know, and that's just not who I was. It was just sort of like cold, you know, it was just like cold, you know, and I used to say to him, what's the point of all this? You have all the money in the world you need, you have all the power you need, what's the point? You know, what's the end goal? And he said the end goal is to get everybody chipped, to control the whole society.
They want to control the whole society so that it can't be no dissenters. There can't be anybody outside of the system benefiting from the system, but talking down on the system. Yep. Right? They want to get rid of the prophets. They want to get rid of the men of the Lord. That's what they want. They want to shut the mouths of the people to have them under their control. It ain't about money, because they can print that. It ain't even about power, because they already got that. Influence, they already got that. But they want complete control of you, man. Like this Quan said, they talk about the tokenization of water. Well, they already doing that. They tokenizing everything. In a new system, it's a tokenized system. You can't even invest. The average person can't even invest in investments no more, because it's going to be tokenized. If you ain't got a certain password, or not certain password, certain number, or you ain't got the certain ID, you ain't going to be able to get involved in that. What Elon Musk said, just the last 4 years, you'll be able to get rich. After this, nobody's going to be able to get rich no more. So we have people pulling themselves up from poverty, likening themselves to the elite because they got access to these wealth and resources. Ain't going to be no more of that. Those days are over.
Speaking of that, real quick, if I could tap in, you know what they just did here in Australia? Now, they just had the Prime Minister of India come down, and our government here just signed off on a deal where they can tap into Australian taxpayer dollars through their 401k, which they call it superannuation here, and they're going to invest it into India's something, I think agriculture or something like that. So they're saying whatever we make in our income that goes to our retirement fund, they're going to gamble that in the stock to help India's reserves and shit. Shit is crazy, man. You saw something else, man.
They've been doing that here in America. Your 401k, it ain't just sitting somewhere waiting for you to cash it in. No, it's getting invested. And sometimes it loses money, sometimes it gets money. A lot of people 401ks got wiped out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So when the distress in the markets happen, and these people are gambling with your money, with your life, right? So they didn't ask you to invest in India individually. They didn't ask you. They're not going to give you no real dividends from their investments. You get nothing, right? Yeah, these people, they do not care. You're looking for somebody to care that does not care, right? You got something else, brothers?
No, go ahead.
If you don't mind. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 5.
Yeah,
that's the spirit. I was just thinking of that. Yep.
Habakkuk 2 and 5. You got it, brother.
He says, also because he transgresses by one, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, right? Like the brother was going into, you know, how basically Esau, you know, can do whatever he wants to do, you know, what you got going on, without your rights, without, you know, putting a fucking signature down. Okay? He says, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto all nations, and heapeth unto all people. You know, the main goal is, you know, for Esau is to basically have a control over you. Okay, control whatever you have. Okay, what you have in your household, what you have in your bank account, what you have in your, you know, whatever income you got coming in, whatever whatever you're doing in your household, Eastern wants to, get his hands on that. And on top of that, the way he's gonna do it is him tracking you down. Him chipping your wife, your kids, so we know what the fuck is going on. That's what this devil really wants, man.
Yep.
And this is not just gonna be these Western countries. It's gonna be, this microchip is gonna be introduced into the four corners of the earth. Whatever you're in a third world country, whatever you're hiding somewhere in a fucking desert, and whatever whatever you're gonna be at, Easter's gonna get there because one thing that I've noticed lately is that the Elon Musk Starlink, that system of Elon Musk, man, that's something to really take serious because I've noticed, when you fly now, worldwide, whatever you're going to fly into, what you got on our airplane, you got fucking Wi-Fi over there. And who's providing our Wi-Fi? Elon Musk. There was there was an outage of in Australia. No once but twice. One of them was the two carrier I used. The first one it was a Vodafone. The shit went out. I was not able to transfer money. I could not call no one. People trying to call me. They're like, man, we're trying to call you the whole day, bro. What the fuck up? And I'm like, my nigga, you didn't see what happened to my fucking my carrier? It was out. And then the other day, who was out, one of the biggest carrier in Australia, Telstra.
Yep.
And
we couldn't
where it's like it.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, just to back you up, because me and my rib, we on Telstra and we could make no phone calls to each other. So we had to use Wi-Fi access and we had to use WhatsApp just to be able to text, go back and forth.
Mm-hmm. And then from there, like, basically the government trying to play games and she's trying to say, people, somebody had died. They're trying to blame it was just because the Tesla was out. The trends were fucking stuck, man. Trends weren't moving. Nothing was operating. Nothing was going forward. Then I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, cool. I see what's going on here. So basically, Easto can go forward and be like, you know what? Screw these towers. Now we're gonna bring in a new ways of communication through the Starlinks. Having those spaceships that used to be shooting up in the air as we're providing a connection with people. No matter where you are, you can have connection. I've seen this with my own eyes, man. When I used to go to Bali a couple of years ago, there was no fucking Wi-Fi. But now when I went back recently, I was like I was in Australia. I was able to do my live lesson, whatever. I was able to upload my videos quicker because who's over there? Elon Musk is fucking Starlink, man. And that's how East is gonna be able to tap into everyone. You be having these niggas talking about, what about people in the third world country, man? What about people that live here? It don't matter where you are. Once that chip is introduced, those Starlink and any more other carriers that are stuck in no more carriers, any more of those telecom that is gonna shoot up in sky, they're gonna be able to tap within your country or continent and track you down, man.
Hence, that goes back to Revelation 3:10. That he's going to control the whole world. The whole world is going to get tempted. You're not going to get out of not being tempted with the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. You're not going to get away from it.
Unless you are in the shadow of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Unless you've been trusting in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that's the only way you're going to persevere through something like that. He says, God has kept the faith of my patience. I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, because most people are going to be tempted to take it because of hunger, thirst, nakedness, inclusion, health, right? Because they ain't going to be able to get into the hospitals unless you got the chip, right? They're going to hang it over your head. They ain't going to be able to get whatever cure to whatever disease they let out on you until you get the chip, unless you got the chip. Like the things that are going to make people get this in the beginning is going to be convenience, right? Like when you look at Switzerland, it's all about convenience in Switzerland. It's not a necessity. People are going to parties, getting chipped up. They open. I hope I can open my door. I got a brand new door. I can open it up with my hand, or I can buy snacks, or I could use it to get whatever. And then the one woman said, "Oh, I could take it out if I want." And then the guy that was putting it in her hand, he just snickered like, "Yeah, all right." Like, no, bitch, you got it. It's already in you. You know what I'm saying? You're part of the system. You just got in early. And like I always bring out the information about Switzerland, they were one, if not the first country to accept fiat currency, right? So they just like they're the ones first got the fiat currency or accepted it. They're gonna be the first one. They were the first ones to accept NFC chipping, microchipping. Like it's happening in other countries, but Switzerland, I believe. Let me see real quick. Now let you. Are you done in this preset, brother?
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find this. Was Switzerland, Switzerland or Sweden? I always say Switzerland. I get them mixed up. Sweden and Switzerland is two different people. Was Sweden the first to accept NFC chip integration? I know they were the first to accept a cashless society. Right? Sweden was not the first country to invent NFC. I didn't say invent. I said accept NFC chip. But it has become the first country widely to accept and embrace human microchip implants. Boom, boom. I didn't make this. I didn't lie. We told you the truth. Look, it says right here. Sweden was not the first country to invent NFC, near field communication, but it became the first country to widely accept and embrace human microchip implants containing NFC technology, right? Human microchip implants beginning around 2014, 2015, Swedish tech enthusiasts and biohackers started voluntarily injecting right-sized NFC RFID chips under skin. Everyday computer. Oh, you got it, bro.
That was the same time when Bill Gates came around 2015 on them TED Talks, and he said, "What if we can do a really good job dealing with the millions of people here on the planet Earth, right? We can half that down simply through the healthcare system." What do you think he was talking about? And then what? Boom! 5 years later, here comes the pandemic.
Yeah, and then he also said there's going to be another pandemic. They didn't take this one serious, but the next one they will.
Yep.
Because it's really going to be people dropping DEAD. It's really going to be people in the streets, right? Something's going to be going around. That plague is going to be tackling people, right? So it says everyday convenience. Over 6,000 Swedes use these subcutaneous chips as digital keys, gym membership, train tickets, experimental contactless payment methods, cultural acceptance, high societal trust, and digital innovation. Data infrastructure allows Sweden to pioneer this human technology integration, a trend explored by researchers. Global standing. While underground biohacking communities experimented with implantable technology global prior to 2014, Sweden remains unmatched in mass societal adoption. And this is what they want for the whole world. But see, you're not going to get the benefits that the Swedes get. Them Edomites over there. That's Edomite Central, right? So they're good. In their mind, they're good. By the time they get to the average U.S. citizen, Joe Sixpack, Keisha, Pookie, Ray Ray, Jorge, Maria, by the time they get to you, you're not going to have none of this shit that they got, right? You're not going to be, ain't going to be no access to shit. All you're going to get is you're going to be in a digital prison within your grid. You ain't going to be able to leave that grid. That's where you're going to be at. You're going to live there. You're going to die there. When you get there, they're going to take away your name and give you a number until you get to work. That's what I'm telling you.
That's why they got the that's why there's so much distraction, because you had what's that woman's name? Catherine Austin Fitz. I always go, she's like my go-to when it comes to this. But basically, she said in a nutshell, what they're trying to do, the elites that is basically they try to separate everything. That's why they'll have the mainstream media only focus on one aspect, dealing with the wars and stuff. Then you got Farmer, right? And then you got the whole digital data centers and all of that. And she said what they're trying to do, they're trying to separate that, because if they allow for it all to come together, then people will wisen up and be like, shit, okay, now we see between the smoke and mirrors. We see what's actually going on. So she goes, and what people don't understand, she was like, these people are not smart. And by these people, the guy actually was like, what do you mean? She was like, oh, the red shields. That's what she called them. She's like, they're not actually smart. She goes, what they have is a formula.
Yeah, she got that from Eustace Mullins. If she ain't watching Apostle's videos, She got that saying that's a Eustace Bellin quote. I can bring it up. He quoted that. He said they're not smart. They got a formula and it works.
Yep.
Right. Bring a war, bring instability, and then give them something new. And that's how America became the dominant currency in the world. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to do the same thing with the chip, right? And anybody that invests in something early, you always get the better benefit. You get the greater benefit. Right? The elect, we invested early in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, we part of the elect. Guess what? We're going to benefit more tremendously above our own people. Our people going to benefit well because they're our children, they're our people. But they're going to benefit to the level of those that put their trust early in the Lord. Even when all hell breaks loose, those that put their trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai will benefit greater than those that didn't. Those that didn't ain't going to benefit at all. So Esau, he's trying to do what we're doing on the right hand side. He's trying to do it on the left hand side. We're going to have total control of the earth, but we ain't going to have to use technology to do it. We're going to have the people of the earth enslaved. But we ain't going to have to use technology to do it. We're going to have immortality, but we ain't going to have to use technology to do it. We're going to have control of all resources. We ain't going to have to use technology to do it. All this stuff is through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We're going to rule in perpetuity, meaning never ending.
Yep, I got a precept for it.
You got it, bro.
This is Psalms chapter 144 and verse 11. It says, rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. You see? And their right hand of falsehood, because going back to what Zaquan said, that was Psalms 144 and verse 11, right? Because going back to what Zaquan said, see, Esau, his God is his technology, artificial intelligence. That's what the whole Industrial Revolution 4.0 merely is about, okay? Taking humans and merging them with machine, hence the term transhumanism, all right? This is why it tells us in Psalms, the 10th chapter, I believe preferably the 4th verse, that the wicked, they will not seek after the Most High, because why? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is not in all of their thoughts. So that's prevalent to the video you showed us earlier on when he snuck it in. He said, you know, I love the Christians, but I'm not a Christian. Yeah, we know this. Okay, because the thoughts of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is not within you. That's Psalms chapter 10 and verse 4. You guys don't think of the Most High. Wasn't it Yuval Harari who said, with the technology that we have acquired now, we don't need some sky daddy in the heavens who we have to wait to call upon. No, we can take action in our very own hands. That's what he said.
Yep, because they want to be the Most High. The elder Yashar sent this clip right here. He sent this clip right here. It says microchip mark of the beast is coming to Australia.
Pay for your food, coffee, even your local trip. Unlock doors, even store your medical details. In a 9 News exclusive, the everyday Sydney-siders implanting microchips in their hands.
There it is.
Happening right now. I use Monday at 6.
And this is Australia. So we already showed you they got it in Sweden, Australia. It's coming to America. And when it comes to America, it's going to be an explosion because people they take note from Babylon, but they're getting the world ready for this, right? And then what they say, I think he had mentioned, you had to saw the person paying for shit on contactless payments. They're using their hand now, your left or your right hand, it don't matter, or your forehead, either one. You got the chip, you got it in you. It can store your medical data, which it don't store your medical data. What it does is it allows access to your medical data through your number on that chip.
Details. In a 9 News exclusive, the everyday.
Look, and he holding a 666 symbol up. This is this man's the fucking devil,
Can't
man.
make this up, man. Can't make it up.
And it's either in your right. Look, it's in your left or your right. This person got two of them motherfuckers. Two of them chips right here. 1 and 2.
He's flexing.
Yep. And this one guy, he got it right there in his right hand. Yep. Well, that's what Alex Jones in this right here. He was speaking about the chip. You know, the KMA. Let me see if I can find that. He said, "KMA, kiss my ass." right? Yeah, 33. Check this out.
Join us, so you have an ID card, Aaron. You know, various business opportunities for me to get involved in, and for me to not take up the fight or the battle that I've been taking up in the past. You know, to drop that idea, because what was the point of my fighting for the people? I was a guy who was very successful in the movie business, and I saw the truth of what was happening. I tried to express it to the people, and rather than having me express it to the people, they wanted me to join their side because I was a mover and a shaker, and rather than me opposing them, to join them. It was real simple. And he tried to recruit me into that situation, and I didn't go for it.
Did he get angry when you didn't go for it?
No, no. And you know, it's like, you know, I remember one time he said to me, "You join us, so you have an ID card, Aaron. You know, you have a chip, and your chip will say KMA on it." And I said, "What does KMA mean?" He said, "It means kiss my ass." And anybody stops you, a cop or whatever, and you show them your card or your chip, and they'll know to leave you alone because you're one of us, you know. And you know, why are you fighting for the people for? What is that about? The people just, you know, they have to be ruled. They have to be, you know, the Constitution.
It said the people have to be ruled, man.
Yeah.
Total control. So when this man is tearing down your current financial system, the dollar bill, and he's reducing it to shit, which it ain't really him. It's the banking elite that's doing this. They're making the calls. He just moving a policy on as a front man on the scene. Why? Because he already got a chip that says KMA. You think this nigga ain't chip? Go ahead and try to take this dude somewhere into a bunker or something. Nigga, you gonna have the whole fucking full mic of the Edomite on top of you, man. Because they can find this nigga anywhere. Why? Because he's chipped up. All of them are chipped up.
Same with the celebrities too, Zaquan. For those brothers who don't know, that's how Bernie Mac passed away, because it came out through the grapevine that they had, what they do is just a long story short, they took him underground where they had allegedly cloning stations and whatnot. And he started talking, said, "Man, this got to get out." So when he went back to Steve Harvey and them, they was like, "Yo, all right, he talking too much now. We got to shut him up." So when they went back to their handlers, they was like, "Oh yeah." They was like, "All right, bet." So when he made that last movie with Samuel called what's that music movie they made? Anyway, if you know it, you can put it in the chat. But anyway, when he made that movie, that's when he fell sick. Right now in the hospital situation, he got the spilling out of his guts to his rib. So much so they sent the handler in, pretending that he was a janitor, and he ran in with a radio frequency remote control, which was able to turn his chip all the way up, because it came out that once you make it to Hollywood, that's one of the first things you got to do. You got to get chipped.
Yeah.
And I'll send you that video too, Zaquan, because there's a dude that was going, he just breaks it down clean, and he was like, basically, yeah, you know, they sent the janitor come in or whatever, go straight to his room, pretending like he mopping, sweeping the floor, take out the remote control, just turn up the frequencies, and then pretty much fried his ass. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, now when it comes to his rib, just think about it. Why you haven't seen her come around to the BET award shows every time they do something on a Kings of Comedy? She's nowhere to be found, even the daughter, because they found out on his deathbed, he was like, "We got to stop them. They're going to try to do this to the people and everything." She knew too much.
His daughter was on social media. I don't know if she's still on that shit, but she was. She's just like a regular chick. She's a regular person, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, man, all these people are insiders, man.
Right.
Real quick, I want to share this right here. This is about Nero. I asked the question, you know, what did he think about the average person? So I want to go right here. It says, did Nero care about ordinary people? The answer depends on which period of his reign you're looking at. There's evidence that he cared about maintaining the support of the Roman masses. He sponsored games, races, theatrical performances. He tried to keep grain available in Rome. He sought public admiration and applause. However, this was not necessarily the same as addressing deeper economic or social problems. Roman emperors often relied on a policy later summarized as bread and circuses, providing food and entertainment to maintain public favor. By the later years of his reign, Nero appears to have become increasingly absorbed in his own interests and prestige. That's why everything is about Trump. I saw a video earlier. This woman was saying it don't make no sense that everything is being named after this guy. Airports, all libraries, all kinds of shit. He's still alive. He's still in office. She said it doesn't make any sense. Ancient historians such as this is what Nero did. Tacitus, Cassius D portray him as becoming more isolated and suspicious, relying heavily on loyal courtiers while becoming less attentive to broader concerns across the empire. It is work. I don't even. It says, was Nero detached from the average Roman struggles? By the end of his reign, many historians would say yes, especially regarding the wider empire. While he remained popular with parts of Rome's urban population because of entertainment and public spending, he seems to have been increasingly detached from the financial pressures facing many citizens and provincial communities. This growing discontent contributed to the revolt in the provinces and the loss of support from the Senate and the military. In AD 68, several governors rebelled. The Senate declared Nero a public enemy, and he died by suicide before he could be captured. You see?
Now, Zaquan, real quick, that part, could you go up where it says financial pressures facing that last sentence where it says public spending, he seems to have been increasingly detached. Just read that part one more time, Babak Shah.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Right under the first paragraph where it says, was Nero detached from the average Roman struggle? You can read that whole paragraph again if you want.
Was Nero detached from the average Roman struggles? By the end of his reign, many historians would say yes, especially regarding the wider empire. While he remained popular with parts of Rome's urban population because of entertainment and public spending, he seemed to have been increasingly detached from the financial pressures facing many citizens in provincial communities.
Now, the reason why I had you to read that is because remember the video about almost 2 weeks ago when they questioned Donald Trump about America's financial situation, and what did he say? That's not his concern. Right now. He doesn't care about the Americans' financial situation.
Well, he says it in this video right here.
Okay, come.
I couldn't care less.
I don't think about America's financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care.
I don't care about the Democrats. The Democrats hate our country.
Are you concerned, Mr. President, about the latest inflation number which came out this morning? Could that be a
No, I love it. The numbers were great. You know what I really love? I love the inflation.
I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care.
There it is. He don't care. That's Nero, bro.
And
he's deliberately destroying the when I say deliberately, this is what the elite banking families want him to do anyway. Mm-hmm. They have to change the system over. If the system was still getting people rich and people were still moving and shaking and paying off their mortgages and doing things on time, and they had enough money to do whatever they want, the system would be still up. They got to break it down. So they're breaking it down from the inside. They're going to bring a new form of income, right? They may even introduce supposedly universal high income, but don't expect no 5-star Michelin chef coming to your house. You see what you about to eat on that universal basic income. You about to eat Trump biscuits. You know what I'm saying? That type shit. So he can care less about that. And it showed you, like, I remember I did a video years ago in 2017 when Puerto Rico was hit by that natural disaster. You had 2 women begging Trump, please. She's like, please, Trump, have a heart. Let me see if I can find it. 2 women begging Trump to have a heart. Right? This is it was 2 Spanish women when in Puerto Rico. I don't know, it might not be hard to find it. At least it's idiots, man. Look at this idiot, this nigga bitch. Happy to, in Puerto Rico. I don't know how to spell Puerto Rico. Anyway, yeah, when the natural disaster happened, you had 2 women begging this nigga, please, Trump, please have a heart. Have a heart. And he didn't have no heart. And then this woman had the jacket on and said, nobody cares. And nobody cares. Immigration, the whole thing about immigration, that shit just got swept under the rug. Ain't no more ICE videos of ICE busting down doors, locking people up at the courthouse. Where's all that? You know what I'm saying? All of that shit, it's all smoke and mirrors, man. To get you from thinking about what's happening. And now when you start hitting people's pockets, bro, people start getting upset. People start doing their shit. But that's the same thing. This is the same spirit that Nero had in the ancient world. And again, he's dismantling it from the inside, right? He's showing more love to the insiders, to his loyal ones, right? And those that are not loyal, he's getting rid of, bringing cases up against them. Mind you, this dude's a fucking convicted felon. He shouldn't even be leading anything. He should be in prison. But instead, he's out here doing the will of the banking elite. He's their guy. I'm telling you, this is the last president of the United States. There's not going to be another president. I don't believe it. I say that through faith.
What's that witch name? Abramovich.
Right here.
Yeah, she was the one. Oh, you got it right there. Yeah, Trump is their magician to cause confusion.
Yeah, to cause confusion. Then he says, nigga says, I am the chosen. He gonna look up and say, I am the chosen.
Taking America into a recession, is it worth it? And do Americans need to back
So
that up?
the fake news, of which many of you are members, is trying to convince the public to have a recession. Let's have a recession. The United States is doing phenomenally well. But one thing I have to do is economically take on China, because China has been ripping us off for many years. President Clinton, President Bush, and President Obama.
He brings up all these old presidents like they ain't all friends. Nigga, you a president, but y'all in the same boat.
Obama and others should have done this long before me. My life would be much easier, although I enjoy doing it, but my life would be much easier if I just said.
He enjoys dismantling the system.
Yep.
And then he lies to you and tell you America's doing good. It's doing good for those that are empowered, not you.
Right.
Let China continue to rip off the United States, all right? It'd be much easier, but I can't do that. We are winning against China. They've lost 2.5 million jobs in a very short period of time. They want to make a deal. It's got to be a deal that's good for the United States. When they want to make a deal, probably we will make a deal. But if I didn't do that, and I'm not doing this, somebody said it's Trump's trade war. This isn't my trade war. This is a trade war that should have taken place a long time ago by a lot of other presidents. Over the last 5 or 6 years, China's made.
Right, he's right. It ain't his trade war. It's the banking elite's trade war. They got the Strait of Hormuz on lock. They got America and Iran not being able to sit down and keep their word to one another. In the state of Israel, moving around like a super renegade, killing people, destroying people, bringing war. But these are God's people right here.
$500 billion. $500 billion.
That's nothing. What the fuck is 500? That's $500 billion. That's chump change to the elite banking families.
Ripped it out of the United States. And not only that, if you take a look, intellectual property theft, add that to it, and add a lot of other things to it. So somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one.
Yeah, you see that nigga looked up. Nigga looked up. I am the chosen one.
Hey, through the spirit. Hey, yeah, a man's goings is of Yahweh. How then can a man understand his own way? So you definitely was put in that position, my man.
Yeah, that's right. He said, "I am the chosen one." Let us look at that again.
I am the chosen one.
And he looked up to the sky and said, "I am the chosen one." Yeah, I said,
that's a scary situation to be in, because the scripture says, what's that? Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man.
God.
See, that's mocking right there. And see, that's why these devils got to go down. That's why the script, even in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, tells you out of all the heathen nations, Idumea, okay, which is the Greek way of saying Edom, is the only nation that was not promised any mercy from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Let that sink in.
Yeah, he's a proud man. Yeah, he wasn't looking up to the sky to look at Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and say, "I am the chosen one." Well, you ain't telling what you're chosen for. You chosen to see the demise of America, Babylon the Great. You chosen to be on a ship while a bitch is sinking. You chosen to be the last president until this place is destroyed. You chosen to be the head of the military might of the Roman Empire. Also, you can lose. You're gonna lose, man. We're gonna win. We're winning. We're the best country in the world. I am the chosen one. All right, nigga. You right. You right, man. So yeah, that's all I had, brothers, man. Wrap it up. The brothers ain't got nothing else, man.
Can I get last precept out there?
Time, brother.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12 and verse 25. And the key point is in verse 30, verse 29. So I'm going to try to read through it quickly.
Yeah.
This is Matthew 25. It's like Matthew 12 and 25. It says, how shall I know their thoughts? And said unto them, every kingdom divided against self is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against self shall not stand. If Satan cast out Satan, he's divided.
Brother. Gotta get the meat off of that bone. America is divided, red and blue. And then now they putting it together. Trump don't wear he don't wear a red tie no more. He wear the purple tie because they're merging both parties together. Right?
Yeah.
But they're still divided. Right? A kingdom divided against itself. How can it stand? It can't stand. It's gonna be well, look at what happened to us. We were divided as a nation, as a kingdom, and we fell. Right? We were divided against our power at first, and then divided us, man, and we fell. Every kingdom that is divided against itself, what is brought to desolation, destruction.
Yep.
And every city or every house divided against itself shall not stand. Well, the Lord said this real quick before we continue on. This is Isaiah 19:4. I'll start at 2. And I will set Egyptian against Egyptian, and they shall fight. The modern day Egyptian is the Edomites, right? And they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. And I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to wizards.
Yep.
Right? And Egyptians will, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem of hosts. And that's Trump, the chosen one.
The chosen.
That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got it, brother. Back in Matthew.
Verse 26. It says, if Satan cast out Satan, he's divided against himself. How should then his kingdom stand?
Yeah.
If by Beelzebub cast out devils, by whom their children cast out them out, therefore they shall be your judges. Verse 28. But if I cast out devils by the Spirit of the Most High, then the kingdom of the Most High is come unto you.
Yeah.
Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house?
And that's what happened in Esau. Oh, you got it, Quan. I mean,
yeah, it's basically like and that's what Trump is doing right now. Like, he's really causing. I mean, from verse 25 going all the way to 29, Trump has been doing that. Look, NATO, AU, who's over there causing trouble among those? That whole the Roman Empire, combined together. Who's causing the issue? Trump. Who has fucked up the American economy? Trump. The elder named Leslie. Trump is the one who's basically being used, as the instrument to cause all these prophecies to really to come to be fulfilled, man. On top of that, the whole economy, the strength of America, you name it. Okay, Trump is the one who's basically behind it. And the way Howard Shimshai is making it work is that he's using this devil, all right, as well to weaken America, weakening it, divide it to where the American citizens are going to come against one another. Then eventually, when all that is happening, these devils are going to come out trying to lie to you peace and safety, but not knowing that if you're from the words of Yahweh Shimshai, in the midst of that, them trying to build up again through that whole new system of theirs, that's when Yahushua is going to cause something to go off to where them Garagites going to start World War III, going to start something that's not going to be likable, and Iran, Russia, and the allies are going to come to what? They're going to be ready to go to war, and this time it's not going to be stopped. And Yahushua, in the midst of it, he's going to make his appearance, man. and that's how America right now is looking. You know, it's time with their leader. America right now is getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And before, like the scripture says, or else how can one enter into a strong man's house? And that, guess what? America one time was great kingdom, untouchable, right? Is America that one great nation anymore? Fuck no, man. All these little nations talking shit about America right now, man. So what's up with it? You ready to go? Iran right now, Iran got America right now looking like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I heard from like a great alternative news source. Everything that Fox, CNN is telling you, bunch of BS. They said Iran got the U.S. on a lifeline right now. All U.S. bases dismantled. They have no jurisdiction anymore over there in the Levant. Anymore. They got them on lock. It's over for Babylon the Great. And then that same shit, that stunt. Did you see what he said about Spain?
Yeah. We said we don't need Spain. We don't need them,
bro.
Spain.
It's all, but like to Zaquan's point, see, just when you see what's happening with the war in the Gulf, you see how he's treating his once of allies. Okay, prophecy is being fulfilled. We know Revelation, what's that? Revelation 17 and 16, that has to come to pass. The beast shall hate the whore. That has to come to pass. Okay, Daniel, what's that? The second chapter. That's got to come to pass. Those 10 toes.
Yeah.
So we're in the midst of seeing it, and this should be, for a lot of brothers, because we understand a lot is going on. But like Elder Ariella says all the time, don't let what you got going on, especially your personal life, dictate or take away from the main goal. The main goal is these prophecies. The main goal is to hasten the day. Okay? As the scripture says, we ought to be occupied in prophecies.
Yep.
That's what it's all about. And that situation that's going on in Europe, if you can end it with this, Saquon, Sirach, the 36th chapter, where it talks about, because every morning when I get up, this is one of the main chapters I read, and you're going to see why. Because that situation that's going on over there in Europe, that's judgment.
Yeah.
And you can start at the top, and you'll know where to finish.
This is Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, and the Apocrypha, 36 verse 1. It says, "Have mercy upon us, O Lord, power of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. Lift up thy hand against the strange nation, and let them see thy power." And the Lord is about to show you his power. Right? It says, "As thou wast sanctified and thus before them, so be thou magnified among them before us." And the Lord is about to magnify his name when he brings the destruction. Not only the Heavenly Father Yahweh's name, but also his son's name, Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Okay. "And let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no power but only thou, the Most High." That's right. Ain't no other power except Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That's it. It ain't no Jesus. It ain't no damn John Smith or Joseph Smith. There's no Shiva. There's no Queen of Heaven. None of that stuff exists up there. It's only the Most High and His only begotten Son and the heavenly host of angels. That's it. He's a soul controller.
Yep.
Right? That they call the Ayatollah the soul controller. No, Yahweh Shai is the soul controller, man. It says, "She show now signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works." Because right now, all you've been seeing is the left hand at motion. You ain't seen the right hand swing yet. You're starting to see it through the apostles, the bishop, elders, the brothers on down, the men of the Most High. Us, we're heralds. We're like silver surfers. All of us are like silver surfers, man. And we're heralding the coming of Yahweh Shai through his father, the Most High Yahweh. The Most High Yahweh is coming through Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is moving on the orders of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? And we heralding his coming. We heralding your end, your destruction. Okay, and you about to see his wonderful works. It says, raise up indignation and power. I'm sorry, raise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversaries and destroy the enemy. That's what Yahweh Shai is about to do to these devils, to Banking Elite. They're about to be taken out of power. He's about to bring the wrath, the indignation of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
He about to destroy our enemies. He about to take away our adversaries. Who is our adversaries? The Banking Elite.
Yep.
And the rest of their people. And anybody that's opposing Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you're an adversary. You got to go.
That's right.
Make the time short. You see, Elder Pastor Tahar did a video. A lot of brothers been doing videos about how the time is short. It's crazy because my daughter, maybe 2 days ago, she's 8 years old. She looked at me and said, time is moving fast. She said, time is running just randomly. She's like, time is going so fast. I'm like, yeah, I know. I said, we got to get out of here. Right? Yep. She don't understand it, but time is moving fast because the Lord is wrapping this thing up for whose sake? The elect's sake. The time is being short. Remember the covenant and let them declare thy wonderful works. Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of fire, and let them perish that oppress the people. And that's what's about to happen to the nations, man. That's where you want me to stop when we keep going.
Yeah, hey, you got all that meat off that bone. That's it.
To smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen, and that's the Banking Elite families. This message is going out to you. We're talking to you, Rothschild, Oppenheimer, Getty, DuPont, Lungos, all of you, man. And it's 4:14 my time. Rakatha Yahweh Shem Shah. We're starting off in the right time. All right, smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen that say there is no other but we. And that's what the Elite Banking family is saying. There's no other power but them. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together and inherit thou them as from the beginning. Because this thing is all about Israel. And they say gather all the tribes of Edom, Moab, Aaron, Ham, Japheth, Ishmael. No.
Hey,
you got it, bro.
Remember, does not the scripture says that his words is likened unto a two-edged sword?
Yep.
That's a double cut, because that ain't just talking about our enemies, but guess what? That's also a cut to Christianity.
Yep. Yeah. Christianity didn't replace nothing. Ain't no replacement theology. Ain't no supersessionism. Them people don't supersede us. Right? Oh Lord, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name, Yasha Allah, and upon Israel, Yasha Allah. Who the people that's called by the Lord's name? The elect.
Yep.
Right? And upon Israel, Yasha Allah, whom thou hast named thy firstborn. Right? So Esau thinks the firstborn, he deserved the blessing, he deserved to get the right. No, you don't get nothing. Because you ain't the firstborn in the sight of Yahweh Shalom Shah. Nigga, you came. You killed Abel. Nigga.
Yep.
You had you've been on death row since the garden, nigga. You're the serpent in the garden. Yeah, he been on death row the whole time. And my husband's on death row. I'm almost single. My husband's on death row. He ain't out. Nigga, you're on death row, man. And you about to serve this 1,000 years, which is gonna feel like a life sentence. You about to serve this 1,000 years, and after that, you're gonna die, nigga. Your whole nation is gonna be destroyed. The Banking Elite, they're gonna be done away with. They're gonna be the first fruits of slavery, and they're gonna get the brunt of this judgment. They're gonna get the brunt, just like Judah got the brunt of the judgment. You Amalek, you're getting the brunt of the judgment, man. It sucks. It's gonna suck to be an Amalekite in the kingdom of heaven.
Oh yeah.
You love being an Amalekite, a small hatch today. Tomorrow you're gonna be an Amalekite. You going back to that. It's gonna suck to be you. Oh, be merciful unto Jerusalem, the holy city, the place of thy rest. Right? It says, fill Zion with thine unspeakable oracles, and thy people with thy glory. Give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning. This is the elect, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name. We coming in the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. We're not coming in no other name. We are those prophets. Reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets be found faithful. And that was pretty much it right there.
Yeah, that's
There you
beautiful.
go. That's
With
spirit,
that,
man. That's beautiful.
Yeah, with that, we're gonna wrap it up right there. We've been like 2 hours and 5 minutes. So with that, we'll give all you brothers got any last bidding words for the congregation?
I got a quick precept to close it out. I've been meditating on this one heavily for the last couple of days. This is Sirach chapter 24 and verse 24 says, faint not to be strong in the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that he may confirm you, cleave unto him. For the Lord Almighty is the most high alone, and beside him there is no other savior. So with everything that's going on, okay, hold your posts, run the race, okay? In your patience, possess ye your souls, Luke 21:19, okay? Continue to endure hardness as a good soldier. You have come this far. Don't drop we're not throwing in no white towel, okay? Like the brother said earlier, putting up many lessons. This is the championship round, okay? 2 minutes on the clock, 4th inning. Okay, you either gonna show up and show out, or you just get left on the bench.
Yep.
Okay, the MVP, they in the game, starting with the apostles.
Yep.
Right? We Jordan, man, we ain't going to no game 7. No, we closing out game 6.
Yeah,
straight up.
That's right.
Yeah, that's all for me though.
You got anything else, Yashar?
No, that's everything. I give. That's everything. Yeah.
All right, man. So, hey, brothers, the water for joining, man. The water to you, brothers on the comment board, and those that see this video later. We'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Bahara Kadash. Say double honor to the apostles and the bishop, elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect. Keep pushing, keep striving. Hey, we're almost out of here. Hey, shalom.
Shalom.
Hold on, brothers.